video. All right, so interesting video today because we are going to talk about how not to lose a shit ton of money when you're buying collections for your store, for your, just like your personal collection. So, we're going to talk about tips when you're buying collections for your store. So we have like I have this thing when you're selling cards online, as far as like in your inventory. The most important thing in my opinion is availability. This is very important because there's a reason why stores pay extra money on the cards that they don't have, and they pay less on the cars that they have the most of. So for me, availability, because most of the players, collectors, investors, if they needed some cards, they will bundle up. If they're trying to build a deck, they will bundle up like the cards that they need. So having different choices, different sets, as long as you have the options and the availability, for me that's more important. So that is why we're gonna start on that. So think about that. First things first, when you're trying to do this, availability is more important. So all right, so we're gonna start with what is up, Southern Geeks. What is up? All right, so we're gonna start with the standard way when you're buying collections, right? So for the most part, it's gonna be around 35% to 40%. And it's gonna depend on like many many aspects when you're buying collections. So, but in general, if you have the TCG app, you go, set it to TCG low, and then whatever the price is, you minus 35 to 40%. And if you guys agree with that, the buyer and seller, and then boom, done. All right. So that is the standard way. And I'll explain why is it, around 35 to 40%. Because if you're selling on TCG player, right out of the way, kind of average 15% fees right out of the bat, 15% gone, right? And then the shipping, it kind of average out, so it's like maybe like 5%, right, for the shipping. And then as far as on your profit, right, that's going to be around 10 to 15% profit. So that's total 35%. And that's if you're going to sell the car. Let's say what's that card? Let's say this one, right? If you're gonna sell this card for, and you're gonna price it at TCG low right now, right? You're gonna buy it at TCG low minus 35%. So you make at least 10 to 15% of the profit. So that's the reason why the standard is 35%. And there's many reasons why you'll um, you'll have to buy the collections even lower, because number one, we're gonna get to it, is the condition. All right. So if you go to TCG low, on the app, you can either change it right away, but it would really depend if the card is like light play, moderate play, or even damage. So it's gonna depend on that one. So you gotta. That's why I only buy collections in person. I haven't really tried like uh, you know s- accepting like buying collections online. So I really just want to like buy collections locally. So because like the condition, the authenticity, all that stuff, the risk is like too high if you're accepting buying collections online. But as far as that, definitely for me, number one is condition, because it's the price swings like crazy, man, from near mint to like light play and then moderate play. So it's a little hard if you don't see it in person. So that's number one for me. And then number two, definitely this is like I said a while ago, is the inventory. So you gotta make sure you know your inventory. You're not gonna buy your 20th Path to Exile or your 20th. Like if you have a lot of copies already, you gotta average out. Okay, so I have this much already, so I gotta pay a little less on this card, specific card. So that's why stores they pay more if they don't have a certain card, right? They pay at the price at the margin that they want to, or even higher if they really need it. Because, like I said, for me, availability is very important. So inventory, you gotta know your inventory, and then if you have a lot of the copies of a certain card, you gotta pay less. You know, every copy you pay less and less and less because you don't need 100 copies of one card, right? Unless it's like, I don't know, 100 Cavern of Soul. I don't know. It's just an example. Thomas Bennett, just getting into bulk selling Pokemon right now. Oh yeah. I haven't. I didn't really try anything as far as like Pokemon. Um, it's more like just having fun opening boxes with my kid. As far as like Pokemon, because I kid you not, like before back then, before, well, I guess at the hype of Pokemon, the bulk Pokemon is crazy. It is crazy. Like I think cool stuff is buying like 1,000 commons and commons for like, I don't know, 27 up, and that's like bulk, man. So what you can do is you can just like mass box open a set like what we did on what, Vivid Voltage, or I can't remember, but yeah, we opened a lot, and you get the the Pikachu graded and sell it, and it's there's a lot of money in Pokemon, man. And I know it's not. I'm focused more on Magic, but Pokemon is up there as well. You can really really make money off of the Pokemon, but you know I have some Pokemon, very little, man, very very little. But because I know some of it, I know some knowledge, but if I'm gonna expand, definitely Pokemon, because there's in Magic there's more players than collectors, and in Pokemon it's the opposite. It's more collectors than players, and it's crazy how in the Pokemon community, it's they collect just about anything, man. It's they go crazy with like one card, one trainer card, one full art. The right now I think Moonbreon, right, was the big card right now. And if you guys been following me, oh my god, it's like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Evolving Skies boxes, they had it on sale. Cool Stuff Inc. for 109. I bought 3 cases of Evolving Skies, and I've been saying this. It's crazy. This box cannot be only 109. If you go TCG Player back then, right? Um, there's at least 3 pages that's the cards are like worth $20 above. So I was like, it's ridiculous. Like, keep it sealed, and it's gonna be gold, in the next 2 years. And long behold, like I think right now they're like 300. I sold those boxes though. I sold the 3 cases at around 200, around 200 something. I let it go for 200. So, quick profit. I traded those for Modern Horizon 2 set booster boxes. So, like I said, like always pay attention on those. If you have the knowledge on really browsing and then like doing your own research, you can really hit gold, man. You can really really hit gold. But yeah, let's see. But I can't afford to buy sealed to get bulk, which I find is where I get the good cards. Oh yeah, and right now I think the boxes of Pokemon kind of went up. It's average like $100. But back then, when I was starting, me and my kid, um, this like 2019, 2020. Oh man, I was like, oh, I remember this card Charizard, right, from Evolution. I saw a Charizard back then. I don't know any sets, any nothing. I don't know anything, but I remember that card. All right, and then I saw it in the store. It was like $20 for an Evolution. Um, what you call this? Oh man, I forgot the not the reverse, like regular hollow. There you go. a regular hollow Charizard um, evolutions for $20, and there's three of them. I bought all three. Right? I was like $20. That's it. If this is the Black Lotus of Pokemon, so $20. Okay, so I bought three of them, and then long behold, it spiked like it's crazy. It just blew up, man. It just blew up, and at the time, if you go like way down on my videos, I have like ETBs, Celestial Storm, Hidden Fates. I have like booster boxes of, evolutions. It's at the peak. I sold it. It's crazy. Yeah, I made a lot of money, and that's where all the reserve list dual lands I got. It's all because of Pokemon. But yeah, right now, if like I said, if I were to buy in and add more inventory in my TCG player, definitely Pokemon would be the other one because I know some of it. I know. Yeah. Let your funds build up and then start hitting the booster boxes or ETBs for the new sets coming out. Um, I'm in the groups of some Pokemon, especially the local, because every time because I always go Walmart, Target, right, and then every time I see like I think at the hype of the Charizard UPC, I think I have it here. Hold on. So I have this one, right? I have this one. It's open. It's open. So at the hype of this, everyone's just like going crazy, man. Uh it's like people are like wiping out like Walmart, Target, and they think it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be the next 25th anniversary. What is that? The other one, the first UPC. That one spiked like crazy. But yeah, I remember the Charizard, man, everything. Oof. And now, man, it I think right now average is like $100. I mean, the cards. I mean, I think for me, this one is it's kind of worth it because you get how many packs? 8 packs, 9 packs, or 10 packs. Then you get the three promos, which are nice. Get it graded. You know how it works. Grade any Pokemon card, right? It's gonna go like $1 for like to $10, and then you get the play mat as well, and then the pins. But yeah, I remember, yeah, at the hype of this, everyone's like going crazy, man. Um, Nothing, like I have very little knowledge on Pokemon as far as like selling wise, but uh, I know the fact that there's plenty of collectors in Pokemon. They will like they will like collect just about anything, man. They will complete sets. That's the one thing that Magic doesn't have right now is nobody is doing set collecting. And right now, a lot of people if you check on eBay, like how much is like a complete set of Evolving Skies? Holy moly. In the thousands, man. In the thousands. But in Magic, no one's doing set collecting. But yeah, so all right. So the next one, we started on condition and inventory. And then when you're buying collections, you got to look at the current price. You got a current price. If you go TCG Low, TCG app, you look at the prices, right? If it's like, let's say the total price is like, let's just say 10,000, right? 10,000 it's worth, right? But it's all like $1, $2, $3. Then you're gonna have to like adjust your profit, your margin when you're buying it. It's not gonna be 35% because those $2, $3 cards, it's gonna sit on your inventory. So you gotta make sure you look at the prices. You kind of average out how many cards that are like $10 above at least, and then how many cards that are like $3 below or even $5 below, because those cards they will sit in your inventory like super super long, man. So you got to make sure you look at the price at least. It doesn't mean that this amount of cards is worth 10 grand and then you buy 35%. No, you got to buy lower than that, or else you're going to lose a lot of money, man. You're going to lose a shit ton of money. Southern Geeks. That's why I am sorting and listing my Pokeball on TCG because of those collectors that want to complete their sets. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's crazy how many collect even those like common uncommons, man. They will sell even earn energy. I kid you not. It's they will buy it, man. Um, yeah, they sell. I mean, yeah, it's gonna sit for a long time, but the fact that there's so many collectors that are buying and completing sets, yeah, it'll sell, man. All right, so that's the next one would be the time to hold. The product. Um, a lot of sellers doesn't consider this like us. A lot of sellers doesn't consider this. We buyers, we value time like insane. Let's just say, okay, oh, it's a good card, right? It's a force of will. Okay, it's a nice card, but the considering how much time we're gonna. Okay, that's like, let's just say 60, 70, $80, right? That's $80 that who knows when are we going to sell it. So you got to consider when you're buying collections, okay, there's a fetch lands there. There's, I don't know. There's a Jace, the Mind Sculptor there. There's, I don't know. There's a lot of good cards, but you also have to consider, okay, how long will that take for me to sell? Because that's me giving this person, giving the seller $300. How fast am I gonna see that $300 back or more, right? Because you want to make profit, right? So you gotta think about the time too. If that card is like, yeah, it's an expensive or like yeah, expensive expensive card, but it's not really relevant in at the time when you bought the card, right? Like, look, Jace the Mind Sculptor, no one's buying them. Snapcaster Mage, no one's buying them. Yeah, they're good cards. They're like 10, 15, $20 cards. I mean, not the Jace the Mind Sculptor, but you know it's gonna take a while, man. It's gonna take a while. Look at the the Commander 2017 deck that I bought, right? A very expensive card. Right now, I think in my store, I'm selling it around three. I think let's just say 400. Right? How I bought the whole entire collection for like 250. Right? And I considered the time I'm gonna see that investment back to me, right? So now I haven't sold the deck, right? So you gotta think of the time, how long you're gonna see that investment back. So yeah, make sure you consider the time as well. All right. So and then the last thing would be at the end of the, let's just say, negotiations and stuff. The one thing I notice a lot would be you don't have to buy all the cards. You're not forced. Don't force yourself that, oh, I need to buy collections. I need to buy all this, or like I needed all this for my inventory. No, you don't. No, you don't don't the fact that don't lose money because of that one. Like, because if you try to force yourself, like the seller doesn't want to sell unless you buy everything, then you can just like back off, or I think maybe adjust the price so you can just, I really want it. Would really depend on what kind of collection it is. If you really need it, or you don't have the inventory on those cards. If you really need those cards, then yeah, probably, you can pay a little higher, or you can just, take a hit on this because you want the other cards, right? So it would really depends. But overall, you don't need to buy the collection because that's money that you're not spending, right? So you can save it for another collection. So who knows? Um, but yeah, so I think that would be the the reasons why you're when you're buying collection, that 35 standard percent will go lower. So you kind of have the average for the most part. In the end, it will be like 40% of TCG low, unless it's just like crappy. Also, quick tip on when you're buying collection is aim for most of it will be near mint. Don't buy a whole lot of moderate play damage HP. Yes, you can still sell those on TCG Player, but man, it's a pain in the butt, man. You gotta, you think it's moderate play, but it's better to just like list it as like HP, just so like if you're the buyer, you're not gonna be like, oh, okay. It's really just one. That's one tip for you guys. Just aim for like light play and up. So it's good. But yeah, so those are the reasons. You got the condition, you got the inventory. Make sure you know your inventory, current prices of the cards that you're buying, and then consider the time, how long you're gonna see your investment back, and then you don't have to buy all cards. I don't know if I missed anything. You guys can yeah, add to it. Let's see. I mean, if I sell per 100 cards or per 1,000, I think would be decent. If I buy 100 cards at $1.75 or $2 and sell it for 6 after fees, it wouldn't be much though. Yeah, you gotta know your comfortable margin, right? You gotta know your comfortable margin when you're buying collections, because sometimes I in my experience, sometimes I would buy collections just because I needed the availability for my inventory. You know, I would take like I would buy at 35% TCG low because I needed, because like I said, availability for me, if you're completing a deck, a lot of customers when they're building a deck, they would look for other cards. They're already in your store, so minus will have you know the vast majority of cards, not everything, but at least have the availability of the other cards that you need. And same thing with Pokemon. If they're building a set, just having those commons, reverse, regular hollows, like even the, I don't know, the energy, just having the availability is far more important than those, like, really expensive cards. But in Magic, I think for me, the profit, you get the most profit is gonna be in the commons, not necessarily on the big cards. Just a while ago, this morning I sold a 2014 Sworn to Darkness commander deck, and that's like $100. Not to mention, you hit with the fees. You gotta ship it. It's a big, it's a lot, man. Rather than like selling like the singles, it's much cheaper. But yeah, so you gotta know your margin. What margin are you comfortable with? Uh, it's normal in the beginning to take a hit because you're trying to build your your um your store. You're trying to build your inventory. So for me, my opinion, it is okay to take a hit. You got to spend to make money, all that stuff. So just keep going. Like I've been saying, success is the process, not the outcome. So you gotta just keep grinding and grinding, and then it'll eventually, you'll get to the point where, like, okay, I'm doing this now. I think I mentioned, like, so right now I hit 10,000 completed sales and 10,000 positive ratings, right? So if you're going through TCG Player and you see my name, right? You're more comfortable buying at my store because I've done, the ratings is there, the completed sales is there, even though my prices are a little higher. So I increased some of my cards, actually most of my cards, especially the commons, like a penny. I raised my prices like a penny or two, the two, because it's there's no competition now, like all those sellers that has lower rating, lower completed sales. You don't have to keep compete with them. You just, like, because you're already a little higher, above them. So customers would like to see and buy to those sellers that has higher rating. But yeah, so that's going to be it. I don't know what else you guys want me to touch on as far as like buying collections, because it is important, man. It is important, and that's one strategy, is the buying collection. And another thing is gonna be when you're buying, if you're not if you don't have a distributor like me, I would like do my research to buy collections. Uh, what is up? What is up, super fast? What size do you use to buy collections? Like doing research or actually like buy collections? I don't use um any websites or anything. They message me, especially locally. They will like message me. I have, they know me around here. Uh, in the Rudyville, Florida. So they know me over here, and yeah, they'll just message me, hey, you're interested in like this collection, and then they will send me like a TCG app list, and then we'll just go from there. They kind of know my numbers already, so it's kind of like a good thing. So when buying collections, I don't use any. It's really just Facebook. Um, but if I'm buying like a product, um, let's just say you know, Dominaria Remastered, right? Um, I only go with one store over here, one LGS, and Cool Stuff Inc. Because I'm a level 9 Patreon from them, so I get like discounts. So I only buy from Cool Stuff Inc. So yeah, actually buying collections. Let's see. eBay seems way too scalped. I don't buy anything on eBay. I don't buy anything on eBay. Like literally. I think I bought sports cards before, like graded sports cards, because I think I still have it. Allen Iverson is my favorite basketball player, so I bought like PSA nines, Allen Iverson. So I think that's because I just want to try it. So I bought an Allen Iverson PSA graded card. Actually, buying collections, or do you do it in persons? Yeah, I said it in the beginning. I only buy collections in person, nothing online. If somebody messaged me from like a different state, yeah, I don't want to do it, because as of right now, even though like I'm at like 10,000 completed sales, all that stuff, it's good and great. I still consider myself like a small fish, man. There's plenty of like big baller stores that buys like massive collections, and like you don't want to take that risk buying from other people in different state. I only buy in person because I want to see the cards, feel the cards, inspect all that stuff. Because I mean, it works right now. I consider myself lucky because I bought this massive collection of Magic. It's like a 500,000 plus singles. So I mean, I'm still not finished finish sorting it. So if there's no collections, in the month, I'm just sorting, picking through the cards on that big storage unit, and then go from there. So it just keep adding, just gotta stay busy. Yeah, man, Rudyville. I kept saying Rudyville, man. Rudyville is, um, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Rudyville got them tacos. Oh, there's plenty of tacos over here. I see Rudy sometimes. Very rarely though, like you see him in Target, buying shirts with his family. But yeah, tall dude. Uh, see, marketplace is solid. It's fire. Agreed. Super, super. Marketplace is the best way that you can get your name out there, and people will start messaging you. Oh, okay, that's great. Um, and also over here in YouTube, uh, I I I really want to use this platform to really just promote and promote my store, TCG Player Anger Collections, and have the exposure of like just making videos. I've done like many different ways of trying to promote, or you know just being in the space is like great, but now I'm at the point that I really, really want to teach people and give advice, if you want to grow your store. I mean, I'm still growing myself, because it is possible. If you guys think that TCG, whether Magic, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, if you guys think that in this space, all TCG cards, all TCG games will exist in the next 10, 15, 20 years, you better start now, man. You better start now, whether you're collecting, you're investing, you're a dealer. Better start now, because in the long term, all of this will just go up, man. It's just relative. It's all inflation. It's gonna balance out overall. But if you guys think that all TCG will exist in the next 10, 15, 20 years, might as well be in it. It's just be in the market, and you just stay and then just continue. you know it's a long game, but in the end, I think it's gonna be worth it. And also, you're gonna be more knowledgeable in the space. It's like an added skill, right? You're a dealer, and then eventually, I don't know if you guys want to open your own LGS. It could be great as well. So, but for right now, I think the biggest thing would be just online. It doesn't make sense on opening a store right now, because it's too much. It's a lot of money. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm doing this all by myself. No help, no nothing. Two hands. All this, all can ship. All your If you order from me, it's 100%. All that handwriting, that's all me. All that folding thing, but yeah. So as far as like communicating, that's all me as well. Even though like I talk, that's one advice. When you're trying to reply on a buyer, always address yourself as a we. Like, oh, we apologize. Don't say like I. Always addressed as a we. It's kind of just like in general, you know, um, a good manner on when you're trying to communicate to other people. If you're a store, right, always address yourself as a we. That's hard work, dedicated. I'm gonna have a T-shirt. I kid you not. I'm gonna just print, because I kept hearing success is the process, not the outcome. That's kind of like my favorite line right now. Success is the process, not the outcome. It's true, man. It's true. Yeah, the goal is the 100,000 or to make 200,000, but not really. I think the actual outcome, that 200,000, is the work. You're actually doing it. So just stick with the process. Just just stay consistent. That's it. I have a quote over here, kind of the same thing with from Churchill. It says, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." It's kind of the same thing, but it's all about just just hard work, man. Just hard work. Just keep continuing what you're doing, and that's the success itself, man. Because in the end, it's just added skill for you, man. So yeah, that's basically it. And also, actually, today, mm, I'm gonna go to Cool Stuff Inc. because I have a buy list uh, that I'm gonna give to them. I think I'm gonna buy. What do you guys think? Should I buy a booster box or a collector of Dominaria remastered? Because I've been seeing a lot of like different pulls on collectors and booster box, but I think, I don't know, 280 for a collector and then 190 for the booster box. I don't know which one is like, but I kind of want to just open one for the channel maybe tomorrow. The process breeds habituated success. Oh yeah, I like supporting the draft, to be honest. Yeah, it feels like they are singling out draft. 164 on Amazon. Oh wow, okay, 164. Yeah, I heard it's a good draft experience, the Dominaria remastered. All right. People are enjoying the booster more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's I think because I think you can still get basically everything in the booster box, right? On what you get in collectors. Yeah, set boosters are running the show, and I feel bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's like a regular set, if you're gonna ask me which one am I gonna get from Modern Horizon 2, it's definitely set boosters. Man, set boosters are just, man, it's crazy. It's insane, man. You, I don't know. Like I open 100 plus boxes of it. Yeah, set boosters is the way to go if you want to open for singles. But if you want to open some singles and have fun drafting it, then yeah, go for boosters. But it makes sense how they're doing it. They're really targeting certain customers on different types of boxes that they have, different products. Yeah, everything except foil retro lands can be pulled in draft. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, you can get like Force of Will, all the tutors, all the borderless. So I think I might go and get a booster box and maybe open it tomorrow, right? Maybe after we're sorting cards. But yeah, so it's just something different. And there's a ton of like good uncommons, man. I saw there's Tatiova, I think, and then there's some rares that are got shifted down to like uncommon. I think Spirit Monger. Yeah, it's just a lot, man. And I love those commons uncommons, man. You guys know I love those because it's money. Those are money. I think I was watching Tolarian. He was doing the booster box game, and I think he stopped with like a two boxes. So every time I watch that video, I always like cut it in half because those prices is it's not true. So I always like, okay, so if he pulled 180 worth, right? It's basically like $100 worth of cards because like if you list it, take a hit on the fees. So I always account on that. I guess it's kind of like second nature now. Every time I see like a complete deck list of like a commander deck in MTG Goldfish, right? I would like think, okay, so this is the price, just cut it in half, just 50%, because like if I'm gonna list it TCG low, and then like shipping all that stuff, so that's where I kind of, like I said, it's kind of second nature if I want to make money, or if I'm doing like research, if a set is good to like mass box open, that's how I started. Is like look at the prices and then go from there. Just cut 50%. So yeah. But that's what I'm gonna do after this. What time is it? It's like 1:38. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trade, buy list all those bulk cards that you guys saw. I think I had 590 bulk rare, right? And go live when pulling. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. We're gonna do um, I'm still trying to figure out what's the best, schedule for this because I don't want to just have everyday just discussions, right? I want to average out maybe 2 to 3 times, sorting because I do it anyways, right, every day, and then maybe 2 to 3 discussions, in a week. And then a couple, I love shorts. Go, you guys follow me on TikTok. I love shorts, man. I've been trying to like build up my TikToks, and then like the short videos. It's just easy. It's easy, and I don't know. I just love it. But yeah, so I'm trying to like average, like at least Monday to Friday. Will always go live around 1 o'clock. Because I think 1 o'clock is like the perfect time for me. um but we'll like mix it up with just box opening if there's a new set or like a certain discussion, something like that. And I always every day I'll have like a community post because I love to interact with you guys. I love the the polls. It gives me like a lot of ideas what to talk about, what's the current like environment, magic community. It feels great to see. Man, I'm gonna check the post this morning. It's ridiculous, man. But yeah, I love doing it. Are going to open the box on camera. Yeah, I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna open it tomorrow. So maybe we're not gonna sort tomorrow. Maybe we'll just do the box and some discussions probably. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But I think I'm gonna go with the draft, um, because it's not that expensive, or because it's like, I don't know. I mean, the set is fine. It's just, man, force of will. That's it, man. It's like force of will or bust. And force of will, it's not even. It's not really like, oh, it's force of will. It's kind of like, another force of will. It's not. It's unlike before, like the first ever reprint of force of will, which is like the Eternal Masters, I think. Or the double masters, right? The first one, it's nothing like that. It's like, another force of will, and then after force of will, it's like whoop, Urza, and then you got like vampiric tutor. I mean, they're great cards. I kid you not. Like, that's my favorite. It's like availability. It's good for inventory, but like when you're buying a box like outright, spending 160, 180 for the booster box, and then the collectors is like, ugh, almost 300. Oh my god, man! You open like one box and, whew, you get a bad box. Oh, that's crazy. It's about Sylvan Library and Enlightened Tutor for me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yo, Sylvan Library, man. If you're a green deck, yeah, it's great. They got great cards, man. Like if you're trying to build a deck, they got really good cards. It's a good thing they hit all the tutors. I mean, there's no demonic tutor, but at least vampiric tutor is there. Um, no mana drain, but like force of will. Um, yeah, everyone needs these cards. Everyone. If you have a commander deck, yeah, it's gonna be great, and I think it's gonna keep going down. The singles will keep going down, man, until you see the flat line, and it's gonna, I think it's gonna go back up around um Phyrexia all will be one, because now the attention is like in a different set. So I think, if you're trying to look for these singles, I would wait a couple. I mean, if you're not in a rush, but if you see, you're comfortable with a certain price on Sylvan Library or Force of Will, I mean, just go ahead. It's no big deal, because it's still like a great price anyway. But yeah, so that's going to be it. I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. It's a good conversation today. But yeah, like I said, I know not everyone is a seller over here. I know most of us, some of the audience is like just a regular player, collector. But I know if you're trying to buy something, you're not buying a collection. You're just trying to buy um, a certain card from a player. Also consider these kind of strategies, right? If I need a card, I'm not a seller, I'm not a dealer. I'm just like a regular player looking for a force of will, right? I'm trying to consider also consider when you're buying a card from other player. You gotta make sure that the standard when buying from other player is TCG low minus 15%. I think that's like the kind of the average what I feel, because it's kind of the same thing, because there's no fees, right? There's no fees to it. So it's like TCG low, or sometimes at TCG low you'll sell your cards at TCG low. Um but yeah, so I think consider that too, because I mean, what's the difference? Because the conversation is like, well, TCG low is this one. I mean, if you're selling me a TCG low, I mean, I'll probably just buy it from online. It's the same price, so that's why the minus 10 to 15% uh, is recommended to add on the price. But yeah, so that's going to be it. This is, oh man, I love talking this, like, helping, as far as like buying collections, and then I think we're gonna talk about other important discussions when you're opening a store or trying to jump in the TCG buying, collecting, and all that stuff. Because I mean, it's good, man. It's good to have fun and learn all of this stuff. But yeah, so that's going to be it. If you guys made this far, yeah, hashtag War of the Spark, man. It's almost the end of January. I know Superfast has like a shit ton of hashtag War of the Spark already, and Southern Geeks has a lot too. He has a lot of hashtag War of the Spark. So yeah, I'm gonna announce the winner. If you guys don't know how to enter and win that, make sure you watch as many videos, like as many videos, just share all that stuff. You gotta sub, you gotta make sure you hashtag comment, hashtag War of the Spark, so that it will pop out in my feed, and then I count them, and I have a sheet. And then I'll just like, yeah, we'll do all of that stuff later. But yeah, that's how you enter and win that box by the end of this month. So yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys need any singles, oh man, I got a shit ton of reserve list that I just added, man. Anvil of Bogarden. I have actually I just sold City of Traders. I've been adding a lot of personal collection reserve list cards. Copy Artifact. I have Volrat's Stronghold. Um, I don't know what else, but yeah, I've added a lot of good commander cards, man. Reserve list cards. But yeah, if you guys need anything, any singles, check out my TCG Player Anger collections. And if you enjoyed this video and you find this video helpful, um, rock on, right? Like, subscribe, sub, ding that bell. And with that, have a great day. Anger out. Peace.